This is London with MarketHedge. Let's pay attention to Bitcoin. We're looking at the daily chart right now. This is London with MarketHedge, going back to that 4-hourly from the trade yesterday. And I've been working in the back with BTCC in terms of my specific account and closing those trades. Looking at that account now, $475,000. That was a $10,000 account, guys. How have we done that? We've done it right in front of you. I closed those trades just recently here in the back with VIP, and it was about that area where we hit that top line standard deviation. What was the trade set up yesterday? Let's go through a few of the details. Bitcoin pushing strongly to that upside. We've got an incoming weekend and some potential constriction. It's Friday. Congrats to everybody who's trading Bitcoin. And if you're trading it with BTCC, congratulations. Extra congratulations, guys. Number one exchange. Never been hacked. Longest standing crypto exchange, and we trade up to 500 leverage. Maximum returns and maximum risk is the idea. Accelerated returns, accelerated risk. Now, as we look at the specifics, this is in the face of everybody. I want to show you one pattern that everyone's looking at and then another pattern that not everyone is looking at. In terms of the specific support resistance, we've got a symmetrical triangulation. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, she used to be famous, you know this, for leaving us in the weekend in the midst of a symmetrical triangulation. True. I'm going to show you one upside target, and we've done a lot of TA this week. Congrats to everybody who's been paying attention. Tried to have a little bit of a mic check and fix. Thank you. Want to appreciate you a lot. I appreciate that, JMac. Thank you so much for letting me know the mic was a little bit off. So I've tried to raise that. If it's too much now, let me know. Hey, London, too much. Okay, no problem. Thanks, guys, in the back. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Daniel. Want to see you guys trading in the back. They're happy to bring you guys my trade solo in the back in terms of MarketHedge. Pro. Now, this is the less conspicuous trade. Let's just pull these back here a little bit. What I like about these specific patterns is the fact that we can sometimes get a launch up to this level of resistance, and it can be a surprise to anybody who's not paying attention. Now, the shorts, I can say can be a little bit complicated here to the extent that when we're looking at a top line standard deviation hit on the 4-hourly, typically it's a nice area to short. We'd love to short back to that 20 moving average. If we could get a short, if things are looking bearish all the way down to the lower standard deviation, that would be fantastic. But I bring up this little fly in the ointment for the bears because I'm telling you, they don't like these. They just don't like these patterns because they know it can rifle up to the upside. And what would that do if we could rifle to the upside? Let me go ahead and take off this specific preceding parallel function, though I do want to show you one line from there. If we could bounce to the upside, and it is Friday, so we kind of need to make this hit. If we're going to make it, it could get us back up into the specific preceding, really this level that was left behind. And if you look at it on the candle wicks, this was a nice near flat bottom support at that 119,627. Some traders are still holding a bag from that one, just called from that 119. You guys know that. There's some traders who entered here at support, and then at support again, they're still holding a bag. So they haven't had that break-even moment, which we would expect. With that said, we're in a difficult pattern. I won't go through all the details, but you guys, just pay attention to this specific pattern, and if and to the extent you can get a break, boom, to the upside, this is really where your shorts are going to be excited to get in along this line, just because it's really steep and it requires a big move to the upside. This is London, guys, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice. Let's pay attention to a few metrics that we are really consistently excited to get exposure to, either the 4-hourly low RSI or the 4-hourly high RSI, either the 30 or the 70, and you'll see as prices continuing to constrict sideways, these are in fact converging. So the distance to be moved, we're higher, right, closer to that overbought than we are to the oversold, right? Just keep an eye definitely to the extent that we are up and out, guys, into that overbought territory to the upside. Now, in terms of the specifics, let's go to that 4-hourly. I also want to touch on the daily and the weekly. 4-hourly, this was our metric here. You guys know yesterday I stacked orders in below the specific 20 moving average. We just grinded up all day long. And to tell you the truth, in a side account, I stacked in additional shorts and played this. Guys, played the tune all day long in terms of it just not wanting to quit to the upside. So it was very good. Took right right in this zone. Congrats to the VIP in the back who took along with me. It wasn't a huge trade. The account right now was 468 into 475. So it was a nice little trade, nothing huge, but it's been a good week. We've had a good week. Now, in terms of this specific, let's get into this chart here. Now, the upside standard deviation, great target, can act as resistance. Shorts, bears get very excited about that level. On the 4-hourly, we're looking at a MACD histogram that's still green. We're just going to call it still green. After this specific trade this week, this was a money maker. Bam, entries long here, carried up to that standard deviation. I've had 2 trades. You guys have seen 2 trades where I entered longs here, stacked with good leverage, good margin, and boom, to the upside. Same thing happened yesterday. Bam. So that's a deuce. I rolled that out twice this week. Nice to work that angle in terms of the pickups with the top side standard deviation target. It's just really plain and simple, plain Jane. Now on the lower time frames, I am executing probably 60, 70 trades a day. That's probably guys in line with maybe you're doing over 100. If you are, just make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing and you don't go in complete overdrive with the market. Try and get out, hustle a little bit in terms of exercise, etc. Yeah, that's just the bottom line there. Always keep yourself healthy, keep your body moving, keeps your brain working. I'll just tell you that in terms of the demands of the market, they can be intense. Now, in terms of the daily and the weekly, I wanted to talk about that. Some of you guys are in shape and can power through a lot longer maybe than I can right now. Looking at the specifics here, that daily, yeah, we're looking at this. This is just like the weekend. What I'm a little bit cautious of, I'd really like this MACD histogram to roll to the green. It just, when we've rolled to the green in the past, we've had some nice trades, nice momentum carrying up from that MACD. I just would like to see the daily roll green to the upside. That 20 moving average, you got it right, 20 moving average on the daily's gonna be the area to beat. Okay, so we've got that upper target from the preceding expansion, right, that we talked about, that lesser known kind of pattern there. And let's just talk about the weekly as well, because as we look at the weekly and the standard deviation here, the weekly, this is really our problem, okay? The weekly histogram, MACD, is continuing to fall. So it's not something we like. As bulls, at some point, it becomes counterintuitive that we would continue to make progress up if we cannot correct this right here. And you guys know that 2 Fridays ago, push to the downside really affected those metrics, which feed in a little bit latently, as you guys know, to the specific MACD. And as you look at, though, the RSI, we are at that mid-level in terms of the 50 on the RSI. Just pay attention to that. We can do a little bit of back testing. It has gotten quite a bit of attention, though it's been a little bit lower, okay? To its own credit, it's been a little bit lower. So the bottom line is MACD histogram needs to pick up on the weekly. All right, we like the daily. The daily's fine. Let's keep the daily in that direction, and maybe you can turn the weekly around. But you see that 20 moving average on the weekly is the same. I just marked this from the weekly, and it's really the same level. So that 113,300, keep it, mark it. That is the level to beat. And let's see with the wheels churning on Friday where we can get going. If I'm going to throw in a trade right here, it's going to be long. I'm just going to tell you, I don't mind stacking some additional shorts here, but I'll just tell you my sentiment right now with Bitcoin is up. That's it. It's up. I've got interest to the upside. It's not on agile trades I'm trying to bring you consistently, but that is my current stance on Bitcoin is north. So to that extent, we can. I will execute some trades in the back with the VIP. If you guys are interested in the trade rooms, guys, just go ahead and you can join VIP on YouTube, and we'll put you in the back on MarketHedge. We look forward to seeing how you trade. You'll wind up on this leaderboard. Your trades will be live, and we trade API feed through to BTCC. So longest standing crypto exchange, never been hacked. We love those guys over there. A lot of fun. Thank you guys again for the F1 Singapore. Was awesome. Now, in terms of Friday, guys, let's all go get them. Keep your eyes focused to the extent that we could get. If you want a short, I just tell you, the real shorts up here. Okay, it just could be a nice short. I like really powering in up and over this level of resistance, stacking a lot of orders with a lot of cash and a lot of leverage, and bam, going for a quick take all the way back, guys, to that level of preceding resistance as it flips and tries to hold as support. Could be a real attractive level for the bears. Let's see if we can stay out of this consolidation. We don't want to wind up just mowing along sideways. You guys know how it goes on a weekend with Bitcoin, but your alts are probably bringing you some action to the extent they are, and you're doing well. Congratulations to all of you. This is London with Market Hedge. Let's go on a Friday, and guys, let's have a great weekend. Get your plans together, and let's hit this market and hit some good times. We'll talk to you soon. This is London with Market Hedge.